So, hello everyone and welcome back to some more Dragon Origins. Last episodes we read a lot of codexes, but we have lots more to read, but we won't be reading them right now because, well, sometimes it's nice to just play the game and not just read forevermore. Let's see, we had a lot of gifts we should be giving out. That's at least something we should be doing ASAP. Zebran, for example, can have some Dalish clothes.
Gloves? You're giving me gloves? What for?
Why not? I thought you might like them.
I did not mean to sound ungrateful, it is just...
Wait, these are Dalish, are they not? My mother was Dalish, and had a pair very similar to these.
The leather was less thick, and it had more embroidery, but these are very close, and quite handsome.
Oh, see? You're welcome.
Do I seem surprised? Perhaps I am. Still, I appreciate the fact that you even thought of me. No one has simply given me a gift before. Thank you.
Well, I've given you a lot of gifts thus far. I have. I've given everyone a lot of gifts. Just gifts like every day. Just a gift, another gift. Just always, just more and more gifts for everyone. And just a good person, giving all of the gifts. And even though Leliana just is like this, but there's no one else who can get done just this.
Oh, how dear of you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, even though zero gained, which is indeed quite pitiful, but what can you do about it? Vun doesn't have that high. Sure, I guess I can give this to her.
Most kind.
Even if she doesn't specifically care for it, but hey, that's how it is. What about the fancy scroll?
Oh, marvelous.
Yay, at least she liked that well enough. Painted sky ball though. Just that it's sometimes weird even to get these ox bones and so on, considering, well, he already loves us, Ben does, so what's the point? But have a bone. Painted sky ball I'll keep for now, just for reasons. That's armor penetration plus 6 armor. Definitely also not bad. I like both of these. I just don't quite know which one would I like better out of these options. Certainly no idea. Well, let's see what you want to say.
What say you? By all means.
So what is your opinion of the Dalish then?
I know little enough of the Dalish other than the fact that my mother was one, or so I was told. She had fallen in love with an elven woodcutter and accompanied him back to the city, leaving her clan behind for good. And there, of course, the woodcutter died of some filthy disease and my mother was forced into prostitution to pay off his debts. Oldest tale in the book.
How nice. Yep. That's such a nice thing to say. Zebra, that's horrible.
Is it? It seemed normal enough a tale growing up. No different than the other elven boys in the whorehouse. I didn't know my mother either, of course. She died giving birth to me. My first victim, as it were. We were all raised communally by the whores. It was a happy enough existence, ignoring the occasional beating. Until eventually I was sold to the crows. I brought a good price, so I hear.
But yeah, like, then she also died, so you didn't know either one of your parents at the end of the day. And yeah, she died also giving birth. Like, I think indeed that it's because of this completely normal to you. Everyone else had the same sort of a life. It's not like you can understand or comprehend that other people would have had a different life. So, of course, from most people's perspective, that's a horrible life. But for you, it was completely normal. That's how it is. I guess I shouldn't be saying anymore. I'm so sorry for you. It's not like we had a great life either. I don't know my father, and Castless Dwarf is basically nothing. But still, that idea that you were free, living more happily with the Dalish, and then you fell in love, and then immediately that person died, and then you were working there, and then you died to a childbirth. It is a lot of stuff, though. Not that it matters to him, considering he didn't even really meet them ever. At least he knows the history, which is pretty lucky. Someone at least told that. What does this have to do with the Dalish?
My original point is that my mother's Dalish nature was always a point of fascination for me. Through all the years of my crow training, the one thing of my mother's that I possessed was a pair of gloves. They were of Dalish make, I knew that much, and beautiful. I had to keep them hidden, of course, as we were not allowed such things. Eventually, they were discovered, and I never saw them again.
Sad times. At least now you have a new pair of Dalish gloves, even if not necessarily that amazing. But how do you feel about the Dalish in general?
I don't feel anything about them. Oh, we heard about them in the city, even deep in Antiva. I even had the notion once to run off and join them. Naturally, the reality did not live up at all to the fantasies I had constructed as a boy, staring at those gloves. But such is life. Come, enough talk of the Dalish. Let us move on.
Sure, enough talks of the Dalish. I should also have a look indeed into the if I want to change some equipment. I don't know about changing these because we did very recently change that, but the globes, I did look that I should change into probably something a little bit better. If not for me, then for someone else. And these Dalish boots are definitely the ones that are better, yeah. That's for sure. These are definitely way better. So 1.75, this is 2. It's like difficult to choose. Which ones are better? This one with +3 defense and armor already 2, which is more than this one would have because it has +3, but only about 1.75. But fatigue cost is a little bit less, but I guess the Dalish boots which are inscribed. Probably. So that's nice. We got that sort of a thing. Then there's of course a lot of these different things that I have no idea about. But yeah, Saffron definitely could use something slightly better then. Doesn't also have any rings, which is a sad thing to see. No rings whatsoever. Of course, it's not like a lot of those are very good either, but I guess you can at least have the golden ring. Why not? Fire resistance minus dexterity. Don't know about that one. Just some spell resistance, but which one would be the best? None of these are really that amazing for him, in all honesty, but might as well give something slightly better. It's just that minus dexterity doesn't seem very good. So maybe this, a little bit of resistances and then +1 armor. Better than nothing. That's then +2 dexterity. I think that's definitely the best we have for you. Which makes sense, although this is also pretty good. Sure. Although, maybe I should give that to Leliana if Leliana doesn't have something like that, and I doubt it. Yeah, it's a stamina regeneration, so we can definitely change that. Which armor did you have, Karin? Yeah, you can keep that. Why not? Why not? Indeed. You just have 2 bows equipped. And still your silly little chantry clothes, but I guess even that is at the end of the day pretty okay. Chantry robes. At least you can have better boots too. Though Zevran also could have better boots. Actually Zevran's boots are pretty good, the Antivan boots. You can at least have a little bit better. Or slightly better boots. That's alright, that's alright. At least. There is definitely other bows we could use, but on the other hand, this is Leliana's specifically bow, so kind of wouldn't want to be changing that. Let's see, is there anyone else I specifically wanna check out? I don't wanna be changing this though, it's the close of the Legion and all that, so it's fitting for him on the other hand. What was Sten exactly using? Sten was using the Warden's Commander, which are probably still better than the Juggernaut. Actually, not necessarily, at least this helmet is pretty good. What about the other armor pieces of the Juggernauts? It's pretty good, though that does give way more stamina. But you don't need the critical backstab damage, which is kind of weird thing to have in there, to be honest. Let's see how the Juggernaut would look on you. Would that be worthwhile of a change or not? Let's see. So that's all of the Juggernaut. It looks cool enough as an armor set, just like the other one. The thing is just that at least this would be... well, something new we got. Does have a little bit better armor, but then no one would be using the Warden's Commander things, but I guess that's how it has to be then, because we really don't have everyone capable of using something. I guess that's pretty okay then, at least having a little peek on those things. Not sure if there's something else I should talk with Sevron. It's a little bit difficult sometimes to tell, because I don't want to say that. That's just like, do you stare at everyone like that? I know that it leads to the romance path.
Again? I'm game.
Nah. Nothing. Nothing whatsoever. No point talking to you, Leliana. I'm sorry.
Just leave me alone, Warden. Seriously.
Why? Why? Are you upset about something?
Upset? Ugh. I don't get upset. I get drunk. Did you want to talk about something?
Why did you want me to leave you alone? Just like, you don't want to drink with me. You just want to drink alone. I'd like to know more about you.
What about?
Maybe
All
some
right.
other time then.
All right then.
What about the Okren approves at least?
I got a moment. Sure.
Yay. Can you teach me to fight like you, as in you can't, but...
You want to be a berserker? Thought I'd never see the day. You're a monster on the field already, Warden. But your style just doesn't give itself to mad rage. Too much thinking, too much, finesse. But if you know someone fit for this type of work, I'll teach him. It'll be nice to have another berserker to grunt at for a change.
Yay. Tell me more about the berserkers.
What the sod is there to know? You get mad, you fly into battle, and things die. It's pretty simple. The hard part is getting in touch with your rage. We all learn to hold that back. It's why we don't kill every duster who looks at us sideways. You need to shut that off. For some people, being in battle is enough. But others have to think about something. Violence, monsters, nobles, your wife, whatever.
Whatever. You're 5, was that specifically what you did? Think about Branka? Possibly. But yeah, it was fun that he commented about the fact of me having too much finesse, because I'm a thief after all. You're 5?
Aye, especially my wife.
And just thinking about it works?
Well, for most berserkers it does. Several years ago, I worked with a berserker on one expedition who just couldn't work himself up. We had to kick him in the stones before he could get going.
Alright, that's interesting. And for you it was the 5? Good to know. Why would you want to fight that way then?
Why not? When you fight, you get mad. By the stone, it's a sodding tactic to enrage your enemy so he makes a mistake, right? Berserkers grab that anger and drink it like it's yesterday's ale. Then we turn it against our foes and watch the limbs fly.
And just thinking angry thoughts makes it happen.
Well, for most berserkers it does. Sir, we
Yeah.
had to kick him in the stones before he could
Okay.
get going. I'm listening.
I guess there isn't a way
Alright then.
way for me to say that, hey, teach me, but I guess if he already taught me, I presume then that he did. It'd be weird if he didn't. Was over an ability. Hello, Vin. How are you doing now that you found your apprentice?
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome?
You led me to an errand. You persisted, even though I was sure all you were going to find was a dead end.
Well, it always feels good to get a resolution when it is possible.
I will never be able to repay you for what you've done for me. Finding an errand allowed me to bring that chapter of my life to a close. I feel free. A great weight has been lifted off my heart. This moment, it feels like the moment before the sunrise, when all the world is still, holding its breath, waiting for first light. I can stop thinking about my past and look forward to the future. Thank you, my friend. You will always have my gratitude.
No problem, Vin. No problem at all.
Have you heard much about the Grey Wardens of old?
Some things. I know they were more respected in the old days. That's what I do know.
It was said that watching the Wardens ride in on their white griffins was enough to rouse a weary heart and put the dance back in the step of an old man. The Grey Wardens were powerful, feared and respected, but they also inspired the common people. I remember a tale that was told to me many years ago.
What sort of a tale? Go on.
The blight had ravaged the land for months, and the armies of the great kings had amassed for one last stand. As the sun burst through the clouds that boiled and churned in the dark sky above, it illuminated a vast, seething horde of darkspawn, with the archdemon at its head. And it was then, when courage seemed to fail, and all lost to death and despair, that the Grey Wardens came. They arrived with the beating of wings like mighty war drums and stood before the armies of men.
And what happened then?
The Grey Wardens, grim and fearless, marched forth, ever between the men and the encroaching darkspawn. They formed a shield of their own bodies and held that line until the archdemon was dead and the last darkspawn lay trampled in the dirt. And then, demanding neither reward nor recognition for their sacrifice, the Grey Wardens departed. When the clouds finally rolled back and the sun shone full upon the blighted ground, the great kings knew that they had lost no men, and none of their blood had been spilled.
That's pretty good for them. Let's use our cunning for certainty. This story isn't about a specific battle, though, is it?
You are observant. This is a tale about no battle the Grey Wardens have fought, and yet about them all. They have always defended us from the Darkspawn, taking losses so we do not have to. People may have forgotten over the centuries, but nothing has changed. This knowledge has been blessing and burden to Grey Wardens past life, now that I have failed in the task that was given me. Well,
Totally. I don't know what's causing for me in my game this weird sound bug sometimes when they decide to start talking completely different thing than what actually is there normally for them. So suddenly she died after telling the story, like, I failed life. Yeah, no, not Vin, you didn't. You told a story. That's all you did. You're standing there right now.
what's on your mind?
Weirdo. As a Grey Warden, I'll never lead a normal life, will I? I don't know how normal our life was to begin with. I think this is better than what we had as a normal life before anyways.
No, you won't.
I already knew the answer. Don't know why I asked.
Because you were not looking for the answer, but for someone to tell you that in spite of it, you'll be all right. You wonder sometimes, don't you? If your life would be better if you weren't who you are.
A little, yeah. Like, of course, like, if I wasn't overall a castless and all that, well, yeah, it would have been better, obviously, but as a castless and then getting into this position, I don't think so, so a little wondering, sure.
When I was a young woman in the tower, I came to the realization that the circle would be my life, and I would know no other. Family, love, a simple life. These were things that others took for granted, that I would never have.
Family, love, a simple life. Well, at least considering what my life has been, I don't think you're missing out, really.
It made me very moody. All I could think of was being trapped in that tower with no way out and no end in sight. I started hating my life and myself, and one night I found myself in the tower's chapel. I was seeking refuge, maybe answers.
I don't really know much of the Chantry, so can I say that? I guess it can offer some. Leliana seems to be liking it. It's hard to imagine you as a moody youth, though.
Well, I was. Dreadfully morose. Surly. Anyway, where was I? Ah, yes, the chapel. I must have looked tearful or made some noise, because the revered mother came out and decided to speak to me. And because I had no one else to talk to, I talked to her. I must have said many silly things, but she told me that the Maker puts us all on our paths for a reason, and fighting our intended course is what causes so much anguish.
Can't get enough of that religious claptrap, but I just don't know much about that, but on the other hand, like, we were destined to just be there, but would I say it as a weak? Like, this is the easy one to say, because that's pretty neutral, but this obviously would never be our answer. No sirrees. But this could work too, considering, like, if we would just be accepting the fate as it was set for us as a castless, then we could never be here. We wouldn't have gone and done such a silly thing of trying to go and fight in the province in place of that one guy to try to fool them and all that. It was very, 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 very much impossible for us to even change our fate, though, so that's the problem part with it. And this is true, but kind of feels a little bit too hostile, nonetheless, even if I don't believe into any of that, but so I guess I'll go with that nonetheless, and that made you feel better then, Vin, even if I don't believe into any of that.
I thought the old biddy was full of rubbish. I was 15, maybe 16, and I knew everything. So I left, but I always found my way back to that chapel. And as the years passed, I began to see the truth of her words. We were supposed to be polar opposites, mage and priest. But we weren't. There was much about us that was the same.
That's just so... Grow up. I wish that I had some other options. None of this works completely. This is so mean. I don't like to be like that. True, but yeah, the choice is a big thing. Like, sure, they have to give up a lot, but they can still choose when, on the other hand, you couldn't have chosen. A little bit like a castless can't choose to be born something else.
Not all priests choose their path. Some children are given to the chantry to raise and become initiates. The revered mother had lived in the chantry all her life, as I had been in the tower for all of mine. She taught me that you can find your family in the people around you, that you can love your work and find fulfillment in duty. And there is joy even in self-sacrifice. If you put others before yourself, then their well-being is yours, and their happiness is your happiness.
Would you hate me? That doesn't sound very healthy, though, to always live like that.
It isn't healthy to throw yourself at a pack of darkspawn either in order to save the world, so I'd say you're in no position to judge. You can scream and cry and be angry about life as a Grey Warden, or you can accept it and allow yourself to see the good in it. This is your choice.
My life is way better as a Grey Warden than it was as a castless, that's for certainty. But that's not completely what we were talking about even. We were talking about religion, and religion can get you to accept things, sure. But you can accept things as they are without a religion or a maker has put us into this path.
What's on your mind?
That's certainly true.
It is no trouble.
No trouble whatsoever. So what could I give to the Dalish even? I don't remember. Crafting materials? Well, I don't need the deep mushrooms, so sure, I'll give all of them. Yay. That's a lot of stuff. Sure, I'll give some coin. 30 sovereign is so much, though. Fine, I'll give 10 sovereigns. That's a goddamn much already, too. Oh my goodness, what I do for them. Sure, the one journeyman rune. I don't have more, so I can give that at least. And then for the dwarves, I can give some gems. Give all the topazes. And I can give all the malachite still. That's a lot of stuff for all of the goddamn 2 groups. That's for sure, Reese. There you go. That's all. No more.
You are good to your troops, Warden.
Should have given to the elves maybe something. Maybe I should give something to the elves still, just so that I can hear the elf actually say something. Why do I have to give all of something? Well, I guess I can give all the dead roots. It's not that important for me to be able to make the poisons. Sure, fine, why not?
We will make good use of what you have brought us, Warden.
Good.
You
You
witnessed
better.
the rarest of things, Warden. The Dalish stand ready to defend Ferelden.
You're sure? Do you need anything?
We have assembled on a short schedule. Certain factors of equipment could be better. Crafting components would serve best. Basic ones like elf root and deep mushroom.
Yeah, I don't wanna give elf root. You have plenty of elf root besides already for yourself, so I don't know what you need that for. I'll check Morrigan if she has anything new to say, but I doubt it.
Tis a curious thing. I do not know how else to describe it.
Oh, intriguing. What is it? You look confused.
Indeed I am, a little. I am reminded of our first meeting in the wilds. I had been in animal form for some time, watching your progress. I was intrigued to see such a formidable woman, obviously more potent than the men she traveled with. Yet I resented it when Flemeth assigned me to travel with you. I assumed that, at best, you would drive me from your company as soon as we left the wilds.
Why would I do that?
I am aware that I have little talent for forming friendships, to put it lightly. It is something I know nothing of, nor ever thought I needed. Yet when I discovered Flemeth's plans, you did not abandon me. Whatever your reasons, you fought what must have been a terrible battle without hope of real reward.
I... that would be such a rude thing to say. It's kind of a lot to say as a friend, but Morrigan has been with us for a very long time. So... yeah. She has traveled with us and hasn't left. She would be free to leave whenever she wants to. So even though we disagree in a lot of things, she's a friend. I did it because I'm your friend.
And that is what I do not understand. Of all the things I could have imagined would have resulted when Flemeth told me to go with you, the very last would have been that I would find in you a friend, perhaps even a sister. I want you to know that while I may not always prove worthy of your friendship, I will always value it. But enough of such idle talk. There are more useful things to be done, surely.
Thank you, Morrigan. That's very nice of you to say so. That you always value it. It's very nice of you. We actually have gotten into friendly, very, very friendly terms. I'm happy, although I'm afraid whenever I will lose it again. But I'm glad we are friends.
What comes, my friend?
Let's see.
So, full of questions, are you?
So, Flemeth is dead. What do you plan to do now?
Now I have enough time to study Mother's grimoire to find a way to prevent her from stealing my body in the future. For she will be back. One day, I have no doubt of that. And if I cannot protect myself, one day I will track her down again in whatever body she inhabits, and she will die again, and again if need be. But there is no need to think of such things now. I have you to thank for saving me, so let us return to the task of dealing with the Darkspawn, no?
Indeed, we shall. You know, you can always rely on me, right?
Too much could happen in days to come to make such promises. Yet I am grateful. Let us go. There is much to be done before... There is still much to be done.
There is still much to be done. Indeed.
What comes, my friend?
What about something personal?
We are in camp, so 'tis as good a time as any.
No. That's just such a bad thing to ask. Everyone would dislike it so much asking from them that, hey, why are you here, by the way, still? Why haven't you gone already?
It speaks.
I tried to.
It doesn't have better things
Probably nothing.
on then.
Let's just check everyone, even though... well, we'll see.
What is your wish, Kadan?
Maybe I can ask you something new.
I am hardly surprised.
Yeah. I
Very
have
well.
asked that definitely at this point.
Speak, then. Then I suggest
Oh,
you move
well.
on. As you wish.
At least I can try to talk to Alistair. Yeah, think so.
Ask away.
No.
Of course.
Tell me about the Grey Wardens. I guess I can talk about it again, though I think I have asked about this before. Yeah, I have. Maybe there's something more to it.
Such as they are.
Yeah. I think it...
About the Grey
I
Wardens,
have
anyhow.
asked.
Fair. Ask away.
Never mind. Okay, so that's pretty much all the shots. Let's get rid of some stuff that we have in our inventory then, shall we?
You and your friends are formidable folk, indeed. It's good to have you along on the
Do
road.
you happen to have any rumors?
People are disappearing all over the country. Folks on the road say they are seeing wagons abandoned, belongings left in the middle of the road with no one to be seen anywhere. Remote farmholds are left empty. Horses left without riders. And no corpses to be found. The Darkspawn are taking them. There's no other explanation. That's what I've heard on the road, anyhow. Take it for what it is.
I shall take it for what it is.
There's wonderful news. Arl Eamon has been cured of his strange illness, and not only is he better, but he's also called the nobility to Denerim to settle the succession. Seems he's found some unknown son of Merrick's, of all things, and he says he should be the rightful king. I just hope they finally get to fighting the Darkspawn. That's what I've heard on the road, anyhow. Take it for what it is.
That could be good, yes.
There's been another battle. A bunch of Benorn met Loghain at Lacus Valley, and from the sound of it, the Benorn outnumbered them. Tiernan Loghain is a force to be reckoned with, though. Just ask the old legions. I hear the Benorn were routed.
Aww.
It's a convincing victory for the throne. I wonder if that will settle the issue now. But somehow I have my doubts.
I definitely
That's
do.
what I've heard on the road, anyhow.
Take it for what it is. I shall.
I've heard some strange word out of the Brazilian forest that Dalish elves are being called together to form some kind of army. And it's to help us, not attack us. Doesn't that beat all? When I heard that, I thought for sure we were done for. That's what I've heard on the road, anyhow. Take it for what it is.
Darkspawn are the enemies of them too, though.
There are soldiers throughout the valley now, and Tiernan Loghain arrested 3 bands. But I hear there's common folk rioting throughout the kingdom. No one will accept the Tiernan as the regent now. Can you imagine that? A month ago he was a hero, and now I'm beginning to wonder if the rumours about him are true. That's what I've heard on the road, anyhow. Take it for what it is.
I shall. Okay, that's a lot of
I'm sure you'll
rumors
be
already.
pleased with the goods my boy and I have collected, and with your discount.
Thanks for the discount. Okay, trap triggers were something that I need if I want to actually make traps, but you also do not have such luxurious items as trap triggers, which is quite sad. I should possibly buy some of these though if I want to be making things, but we'll see. I shall have a look about what could I do. Well, I do think that I should be selling most of these things. Like, they are very good weapons, but they're still not special. As in actually special weapons like we have and stuff. So, yeah. Sell. Most of these things anyways. I can't really sell these which have special name, but I can sell the Sylvan, or the Dalish longbow, which is made of Sylvan wood. And that one. Oak branch I was supposed to look for if Vyn would need it. I don't know if she needs it, to be honest, but it kind of feels wrong to go and sell it. Should I give that to someone? How good was my helmet? I guess I like the stamina regeneration well enough, but what about Sevron and so on and forth? Sevron does have a very good, that helmet, yes. Service. Leliana could maybe take this, but nah, that's arranged. Yeah. Sell it then. Can't sell those. Ashen gloves, gold damage, spirit damage. Armor penetration, on the other hand, is kinda nice, but I don't know who should be using that. We are comparing to Leliana's things. Rapid aim. Possibly better, possibly not. I guess I could maybe give them to Sevron. Maybe. Nah, this is better. These Dalish gloves. Yep. So I can then sell these ones and stuff. Let's see my gloves though, just in case. That somehow some of these would be better. Those leather boots definitely sold. Just sell all of them. Sure, I can sell that. Dalish armor, on the other hand. What did Sevron have as an armor? Verse, so I can give that. Don't think that this makes sense, even though it does give some dexterity, so maybe he could use it, but I'm not really certain. Would have to see how it would look on him. Heavy plate armor, so I can sell. No really need keeping those. Northwinter shields at least. Was there some amulet I would like to sell? Well, yeah, I think we won't be using that. can keep that for now. Spirit and spell resistance, sure, let's sell it. Mana regeneration in combat. That's actually pretty good. I do need to have a look if maybe someone would like to use it, like maybe even Morrigan. Yeah, I think that could be a good idea. Let's get rid of these belts. Don't think we will be needing them much. Maybe I should keep these couple of books still. I don't know quite if I should or shouldn't. Let's just sell all of this crap. Let's keep the diamond, I guess. At least now we've been able to sell a reasonable amount of stuff. Because we really had way too much. Way too much. So what were the things that I was gonna be looking into maybe equipping? Yes, saffron at least. What about this one? Does feel a little strange, but on the other hand, he does have more strength than, for example, Leliana, so maybe I could give it to him. Ancient Elven armor. Does give more dexterity after all, so that's the good side of it, even if it's not exactly a Dalish armor. But we do have it for a purpose. Yeah, Dalish, better Dalish clothes definitely seems good to me. And then Dalish boots or not Dalish boots? What about Leliana? Should I actually just now finally replace this goddamn thing? That just doesn't look that good, but I guess it's still alright. Unless it's a Dalish armor, I guess. Fine, use it, I guess, maybe, possibly, perhaps. Then Morrigan should definitely have a look into this. Like, willpower and mental resistance is fine, but yeah, mana regeneration does sound very nice to me. Very nice to me indeed. Moon. Well, either one of those is good, so we, I guess, can keep that as of now. Armor and nature damage. Electricity damage. But I think Morrigan had pretty good rings already. Yeah, I think I can keep the cold damage ratter nonetheless equipped. Okay, I guess that was all that I needed to do. Possibly, maybe. Let's see. Yeah, you had the Dalish gloves. Right. I think that's good. Yeah, maybe that's good for now. We can sell more later if need be, I think. I think so anyways. Let's do a little bit of a quick save. And is there something else I should do in the camp? Well, I guess I can say hello to Ben at least. Barking excitedly. What's up, boy? Pet you. Happy doggy. We haven't really done anything with you for a while, so I think he deserved a little pet at least. Maybe because I was thinking that it's more logical to leave the Dennery after this in a separate episode, so I could, well, there is a lot of stuff that we need to do in there. I have to try to find this Wilhelm Maiden too, who I don't remember where in there he could be. Then I need to return a lot of these things. Notices of appreciation. I wonder where those were. But that was the one that we couldn't reach yet, the alienage, so that's at least fine. But I don't remember 5 hooded couriers in Denerim. I'm not certain. Don't think we've done it yet. Gift of Silence. Yeah, we can give easily those potions to Knight Commander Harriet. It's just a question, where is Knight Commander Harriet exactly? You have delivered, that's the thing. I have already delivered. I have those. I have slain the Maleficarum. And I have done that. So that's at least cool. The Mage's Collective things are all done. So that is a good thing. And then there is stuff to do in Denerim Grexel we should still try to find. Then there's this sort of a quest. I do kind of wonder also if I still should go and try to do some of the more of a thiefing quests, assassin quest in Denerim. I have to consider it, because it would be logical to do now if we are gonna be doing some of that stuff. Let's read something a little bit to the end here. If there's chapter 3, I don't want to read that yet. So much of the goddamn chantry. Dane and the Fairful. Let's read that, considering we were just into the daily shelves with the Fairfuls. Dane and the Fairful. Let me sing of heroes and honor lost and found, of monsters and men in all forms, of Dane hunter without peer, feared by the forest of Ferelden, who one autumn morn spied a heart of pure white in beam of warmest sun, a prize of huntsman's spear. Through the green wood they run, hard and hunter, bringing the stack the spear at last in long forgotten grove. Heedless that the chase had waked the hunger in the golden wood, a fearful creature with mind of man, lured by the hunted, came forth to lay claim to the hard as rightful tribute, drawn by the scent of cooling blood. In the silence the two hunters held. Dane, spear-armed against the wolf with all his brood, knew with sinking heart he was lost, steeled for the winding roads of the fate. Then the beast spoke, human-like in voice. You have taken the stack from my woods and my pack, but nothing comes without a cost. The wolf pack circled ever closer, and he who felt boars and bears with his bright blade knew fear. They spoke his name in roars like gravestones, offering a beast's bargain. Die here, huntsman, alone and forgotten, or take my place amongst the fools as I take your place amongst men. Thus was a bargain struck, and they in the wolf pack served in wolf and from. And the fair wolf of his family sped, as Dane, 1 year and a day all told. But some things cannot be repent, some coinage cannot be unspent. When hearts are wagered, a fisher's rent. From the saga Dane and the Fair Wolf as recorded by Mr. Lucan, 485 of Black Year. Alright, interesting stuff. Legion of Steel. Sure, traditional Dwarven folk songs, let's hear them. Nuck sits in the mud, Nuck wiggles his ears. You catch the Nuck, he slips away. Nuck gets to live another day. Nuck sits in the mud, Nuck wiggles his toes. You hook the Nuck, he slips away. Now the Nuck runs off to play. Nuck sits in the mud, Nuck wiggles his nose. You tickle the Nuck, he laughs away. Now the Nuck sits on my plate. Nuck pancakes, a well-loved Dwarven nursery rhyme. That's a lovely rhyme. They make Nuck pancakes. Sure, that's okay. Let's end there then for today. So, thank you very much for watching today. Hope you enjoyed, and next time we will actually go and travel somewhere. Now that we've talked and sold at least some of the stuff and all that good stuff. So, thank you for watching. See you for more next time. Bye bye till then. To be continued with Kidarusha next time in Dragon Age.